Welcome to Authbition. It's authenticity and ambition. It's the best of the best, bringing together vulnerability, non-attachment, caring, thoughtfulness, and whole-mindedness. I'm sitting here in Cedar Mountain, North Carolina, surrounded by trees. It's absolutely beautiful here. Abby and I have been coming to this part of the state this is our 4th year that we've been doing this. And it's right next to DuPont Forest, where I love to go ride mountain bikes, and we go gravel riding together and take the dogs on hikes. So this year, as we were, looking forward to the trip, news came out that our favorite band, My Morning Jacket, is playing in Hopscotch in Raleigh, just a few blocks from our house. And we were torn. For a while there, we were talking about, we'll come set up camp like we normally do. We'll be here for not quite a week, and then we'll drive back to Raleigh. We'll leave the Airstream up here in Cedar Mountain, go see My Morning Jacket, and then we'll turn around and come back to the mountains and spend the rest of our trip here. We chose not to do that. We chose just to stay here, and we are hoping that the crowd in Raleigh shows up for My Morning Jacket and shows them a really, really good time in the city. One of the reasons why we decided not to go back is because we got to see them 3 nights in a row at One Big Holiday this year, and that was absolutely incredible. And there's just no way to do that. There's no way to repeat that experience. And so there was this feeling of, hey, maybe we're setting ourselves up for a little bit of a disappointment. So I'm going to keep this one short. I'm not going to play the whole mind game this week. I want to go back and spend quality time with Abby and our dogs, Frank and Gus, at our Airstream. It's parked right down the hill over here. But what I do want to do is read an essay that I wrote while we were at One Big Holiday, and it was in real time. I kind of wrote it in my head while we were at the music festival watching the band play, and it just kind of came to me during the show, and then we got back to the Airstream that night, and I woke up the next morning and sat down and wrote it. It just kind of flowed out. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and read this one to you. It's called My Mind Swimming at One Big Holiday. We are water moving through the river of time. I don't get it. Why the Christmas song? Said Abby. Maybe it has a deeper meaning, I said. Look at the lights, says Abby. They're holiday themed, green and red. Maybe they have a deeper meaning too, I said. Our favorite band in our current lifetime together, My Morning Jacket, is playing their song Christmas Curtain. It's April in the Florida Panhandle, soggy, humid, and in the mid-70s. The jolly theme doesn't fit. I think about Russian nesting dolls and the Mark Parisi cartoon I saw yesterday. The doll is reading a book. Let out your inner child. She has a thought bubble. Which one? Here, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll show you a picture of the cartoon. As soon as we're born, we get wrapped in layers. A family layer, our community, religion, and nationality. Do these things define me? This is how I was bred, not born. If I'm rich and famous, is that the real me? I hope not. I look at the band and wonder how they feel about all the commercial crap that has to go on to get them to this stage. One of my layers is growing up in the New York City movie and TV business. I've had lunch with Harrison Ford seated at a folding table, shot the breeze with Roseanne Barr hanging on a beverage cooler, and chatted with Will Ferrell strolling along the Hudson River. I've driven in a convertible with Reese Witherspoon, played pool with Greg Kinnear and Julia Ormond, and had many late-night talks with James Gandolfini in his talent trailer. James would remember me if still with us. The others would not. As brief as these interactions may have been, what strikes me about meeting famous people is how down to earth they are. They are all human beings. What happens when we strip down all our layers? At the center of the nesting doll is an innocent child. At our core, we're all innocent children. What if we have time backwards? What if life ends as a baby? I mean, it's all a matter of perspective, right? Predicting the future is remembering things that already happened. When we forget, it just hasn't happened yet. My mind explodes in the sea of fans in the pit, waving hands at the band on stage. Maybe it was the gummy. Probably not. My mind always works like this. I've never met an artist who I wouldn't describe on some level as tortured. What torture must the band be feeling now? Jim James starts singing. This is now from the song. Hey, the Christmas curtain falls on lawbreakers that pave the way for thoughtless folks like me and Jay who'd pay but can't afford the finer things in life, so we heist them all. We're criminals that never break the law. So to all you frowns, go down to town square and get some action from the Christmas girl that lives inside your womb. She's always there, I think that I'm certain. You pay to get behind her Christmas curtain. You're the criminal that never breaks the law. All right, that's from the song. I can't sing, so I didn't sing it to you. I don't wish to be a famous artist. Maybe after I'm dead, that would be better. What were they thinking before coming on stage tonight? It's their music festival. A crowd of adoring fans anxiously awaits for them to walk out, cheering, summoning them. What would I be thinking if I were them? What if I were a tortured, famous artist? First, I'd pinch myself. Can you believe this? It's unreal. How did we get here? We're just a small town band from Louisville. Second, I'd feel a sense of pride. We're changing people's lives. We're making a real positive difference in the world. The impact we're having is real. We can't deny it. They're standing before our very eyes. They're screaming their asses off, waiting for us to walk on stage. But I wouldn't be able to shake a layer of plastic commercial marketing. It's like Christmas. On the surface is an Amazon twisted, department store glistened, and wrapping paper glittered holiday. But when we tear off that wrapping paper, and I mean all the wrapping paper, what's at the center of it all is an innocent child. My morning jacket is doing good. I hope they focus on the first two thought bubbles. Keep on pinching yourselves. Us fans, we are the better for you. The band takes a break for Jim James to greet the audience. He tells us how they huddled up backstage before the show and had to pinch themselves. I look at Abby. I just thought that a few moments ago. I was hoping they'd be pinching themselves, and he just said it. I thought it before it happened. She has no idea what I'm talking about, smiles, and keeps on enjoying the show. I predicted it because it already happened. There has to be a gummy component going on here. Time slows down. Each song goes on for an eternity, as a book emerges in my mind. What if time is a river? We are all bodies of water swimming in the water. We are time. The speed of light is always the same. We can try to measure it while moving super fast. It never changes. It's a constant. We are water trying to measure the speed of water. What if we have time backwards? Are we floating upstream or downstream? Time is making sense. Preservation Hall Jazz Band joins My Morning Jacket for an encore. Charlie Gabriel is 92 years old, plays the sax. He's having fun. That tells you something about stress and aging. Time flies when you're having fun. That makes sense if you're a body of water swimming in water. We can swim upstream against the rapids, or we can go with the flow. It's better to swim upstream when the river looks to be at a standstill. Time waited. They opened with that tonight. My mind trips through the set. My body of water was born 13 years before Abby's. I'm low stressed. I'm aging like Charlie, for now. Flowing with the rapids and swimming upstream in the calm waters to make time stand still. I hung there long enough for time to wait for you. I glance at Abby. I remember our kayaking trips together. Abby has a rule. No two Cedars. That'll end in divorce. We each get our own kayak. That's what she said. I wholeheartedly agree. Some people do okay in a two-person kayak. I'm in a river of fans surrounded by sound. Is tandem kayaking a fear of losing each other in time? If we combine our water into one kayak, we guarantee sticking together. But even if we are clinging to each other, it feels inefficient. We're surely holding each other back or dragging the other uncomfortably along. We can't always be together. Sometimes we will be challenged, mentally or physically, unable to navigate the water in the same way. When we're separate, I can go fast and then wait for you. And when I need a break, you can go fast and then wait for me. I jump out of the kayak. So does Abby. We are water swimming in a river of time. Sticking together is time waiting. It's a choice. Thank you. Okay, that's the essay. I really had a great time writing that one. The festival was so much fun. And this is something I talk about with Abby. I've not ever talked about it, certainly on a podcast. I just feel that artists, musicians, all artists are just the most beautiful form of humankind, the smartest form, most intelligent form of humankind are artists. And the reason why I say that is because people gather around to see artists. I mean, people gather around to see musicians play music, to see works of art, to see theatrical performances, to see athletic events. I mean, athletes are sort of artists in a way. Just to see humanity so beautifully expressed. And we do that for nature, right? We're here. Abby and I are here right now in Cedar Mountain, North Carolina, and we might not be seeing My Morning Jacket play tonight, but we are seeing the leaves change color. They're all around me. I'll pick one up. Here's a leaf recently fallen. Look how beautiful that is. This is art. This is nature's art. And people come from all around for leaf season. People come to see nature. They climb up mountains for views. They go to the Grand Canyon. Nature is to be appreciated, and musicians are humans' form of nature. I hope My Morning Jacket has an incredible set tonight. We really miss being there. We really love being where we are. That is a great topic to play the whole mind game on. So if you know the game, try that one out and play it. And if you don't, go listen to some of the previous episodes. This is episode 19, I think, that I'm recording right now. I know I played the game in episodes 18, 17, I think 16. I've done at least 3 in a row where I play the game, so it's pretty easy to learn if you listen to the show. Thanks so much for being here. Health, happiness, kindness, respect to every being and all things. Namaste.